This is Saints 4 Takeaways, sponsored by Rouse's Markets, the official supermarket of the Saints.
Let's start with a thank you to Darren Rizzi. Rizzi has re-energized Saints football. His mom was there Sunday. She had a pregame chat with Alvin Kamara. And with a bye week coming, we get to enjoy this one for 2 weeks. Rizzi has his team playing loose and with gradually returning confidence. Can the Saints get back into the playoff picture? It's certainly mathematically possible, but honestly, who cares? Let's just enjoy this one for the next 2 weeks. And let's start our 4 takeaways with this. Derek Carr was excellent Sunday. I know New Orleans has had a difficult time loving Derek Carr. I'm not sure I totally understand it, but the fact is, Carr was brilliant on Sunday. His passer rating was the 4th best among all quarterbacks this weekend. On the season, he's the NFL's 4th highest rated passer. Right now, Derek Carr is having the best season of his NFL career. Whatever issues the Saints have had this season, Derek Carr is not the problem, and that's the truth, whether people want to admit it or not. At number 3, it was far from perfect, but the Saints defense is showing positive signs. They shut down the Cleveland running game, giving up just 66 yards on the ground is great, and for the second game in a row, they were good in the 4th quarter. Under Darren Rizzi in 2 games, that's the Falcons and the Browns, they've had 7 offensive possessions, and they have a grand total of 0 points in those 7 possessions. I said it last week, and there's more evidence this week. The Saints are playing looser and freer in the 4th quarter under Darren Rizzi. Both games could have gone either way after 3 quarters, but the Saints defense made plays. And at number 2, Taysom Hill was unreal. Just so we're all on the same page, let me give you Taysom Hill's history. He was a big athletic quarterback at BYU and older because after high school, he served a 2-year Mormon mission in Australia. And at BYU, injury shortened 4 different seasons. He was there for 5 years, which means 2017 is when he entered the draft as a 26-year-old. He went undrafted, and the Green Bay Packers signed him as an undrafted free agent. But even after a good preseason, he didn't make their 53-man roster. The Packers wanted to keep him for their practice squad, but to do that, you have to cut a player and then pick him up the next day. When the Packers cut Taysom Hill, Sean Payton and the Saints scooped him up. Again, that was 2017. And in December of that year, the Saints had so many injuries to their special teams guys that Payton had his rookie quarterback filling in. And as it turns out, Taysom Hill was really good at it. And that was the beginning of the ever-expanding Taysom Hill experience. The more he did, the better he got. This is his 8th year in New Orleans. In 2020 and 21, Sean Payton tried Taysom Hill as his starting quarterback with mixed results. The truth is, he's an okay NFL quarterback. But in the role he played Sunday, he is one of one. He's elite. Other teams have tried guys in a similar role, but he's the only guy who's been able to do the mixed bag of things that he does at this high a level. Sean Payton sort of stumbled on Taysom Hill's uniqueness, but then he nurtured it, and Sunday it paid off in one of the great individual games in Saints history. That physicality at 34 years old is highly unusual, and this one was one to remember, which leads us to now. Are the Saints relevant again? The truth is, probably not, but maybe. Sean Payton did New Orleans another favor and beat the heck out of the Atlanta Falcons. The Saints were 3 games out of first place in the South. They're now 2 games out, thanks to the Broncos. At 4-7, the New York Times says the Saints have a 3% chance to make the playoffs. They'd have to go 5-1 over the last 6 games to do that. Certainly a long shot, but Rizzi's first 2 games give you hope and a smile heading into the bye. And that's my 4 takeaways from the fun win Sunday against the Cleveland Browns.